been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit. Coming to you from the Radio for One Studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Did you reshorn yourself today?
I've shaved a couple times in the last 4 days.
What is going on with you?
I know, typically I'll shave once, leave it for a month.
Yeah, I mean, that's the lazy man's way of doing it. You know, because we're not looking for a stylish beard ever.
I don't know why I did that, but
Mine is just purely, like, I'll hit it with the, you can see it's shorn a little bit, but some stubble.
Yeah.
That is not for style in any way. In any way. It's like, it's itching me. Get it down what I can. Leave it. Once it grows back, I'll get it down again.
It's not the Don Johnson look.
No, never. Never.
Well, then why are you wearing that linen suit?
Because I feel like
why are you calling me Tubbs all of a sudden?
I don't know, but I just feel good in loose-fitting white pants and a pastel jacket. I just do. We just got to get a boat. If we could get a boat,
Word.
We're good. And if you could get blacker, Tubbs had a bit of a fro, didn't he?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Tubbs is a black dude.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Lots to get to today as we meander our way through the week, trying to get things back on track. I love this new clock in front of me. Oh, thank you.
It's red.
It's very, very red. Thank you, Mr. Grabo. He's like, yeah, I got this clock. He's like, yeah, I spent a year looking for those goddamn things. Couldn't find a good one. And here we are.
Simple digital clock, counting up.
Counting up, yeah.
Counting up from zero.
You'd be surprised at how hard those are to find. Online, I'm sure they're very easy to find, but in brick and mortars, they were not, for me anyways.
What's harder to find, the Pearl Jam 10 DVD?
All right.
Or the Count Up clock?
It was a special limited edition. It was only available to, like, fan club members.
I guess then they released it to the entire world.
Bootlegs.
Tenfold.
Yeah, a bunch of bootlegs that y'all got a hold of.
I think I have 3 copies at home right now that were sent to me by listeners.
Probably do. I have a couple as well.
Gentlemen, your next call needs to be to Brent Wasik of Wasik Insurance Services. Do you even know if the insurance policies that you have are providing the coverages that you need at a decent price? For most of us, the answer is a distinct no. And that's mostly because thinking about insurance is depressive as fuck. No offense, Brent. No offense.
And it is. Trust me.
The fact is, however, you need insurance, so call Brent today at 734-455-1900. He can review your current policies free of charge and give you recommendations. Brent has many national company affiliates, and after understanding your needs, he can shop for the best right deal for you. Give Brent a chance to provide you free insurance quote on auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call him 734-455-1900.
You mentioned the Pearl Jam DVD. What was that? The 20-year anniversary, 25-year anniversary, whatever it was. They had that big giant release, and it's awesome. It really is. They've got the full did you get into the unplugged stuff? Were you into that at all?
No, not
No,
really.
you were probably in the heart of studies at this point. But they had a string of unplugged sessions. Like the Pearl Jam one is dynamite, and then Alice in Chains. And for some reason, as I was kind of putting things in boxes and cleaning stuff up, I found this Alice in Chains CD, DVD of the Unplugged session and threw that thing in there. And, oh, my God, is Lane Staley fucked up, but so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember what track it is. It's like 3 or 4. Like, he comes out. He's the last one to walk out on stage with, like, beautiful light pink hair, which is a good look. And he sits down in a chair, and he's got these sunglasses on.
The glasses.
He's got the glasses and that voice, that just unbelievable, one-of-a-kind.
You definitely want to bang
Oh,
Lane
dude.
Staley.
Lane Staley's voice to me is the voice. That's the voice of that generation. And so, and then like song 4, he like takes his glasses off And it's like,
It's fucked.
oh, no.
Put him back on.
No,
Put him on.
You're scaring the children, Lane. You're scaring the children. And then, but it's like they're off and they're so closed and so fucking high. And then he just, angels come flying out of his voice. You're like, how is this possible? How is this possible?
How much later? Months, within weeks, months?
I
they
don't know.
Died, or
That might have been one of their final shows.
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do a ton of shows. I mean, he was just too fucked up. I mean, when he did the show in Detroit, I'm still pissed I didn't go to that. They had Kiss at Tiger Stadium, and opening for them was Sponge, and then opening for them was Alice in Chains.
Sweet.
And I had tickets and everything, and I was like, maybe next time. I was going to so many concerts at the time. I know.
Well, no,
I can feel E shaking his head like idiot.
I'm more shaking your head because of not that you've gone to so many concerts, but at that point, Tiger Stadium is closed, right? This was like a weird thing where they did a show. I thought so because I thought they did a show at Tiger Stadium post closure.
You know what? It might even been Comerica, dude.
Okay.
It might have been
But
Comerica.
but Kiss played at Tiger Stadium, and I'm pretty sure it was after the
Yeah.
Tigers were out of there.
Dude, this could have been chick related. It could have
Okay.
been about pussy at the time.
1996, Kiss at Tiger Stadium.
Okay, so it's not
Okay,
after the
so
stadium.
does it say that Sponge and Alice in Chains open that show by chance?
Well, that's not after the stadium is closed, so that's my
Okay.
fault. But I mean, but still, I'm more saying because of the venue. I think
Yeah,
that's what I'm
I
getting
could have
at you
been
about.
following a piece of ass somewhere and been like, I'll get another
I know,
chance.
I hear ya.
But what I do remember is they had to keep the curtain closed when Alice in Chains first took the stage because Lane couldn't walk. He wasn't able to walk, and so they had to like wheel him out on stage and like prop him into his seat, and so he could sing. And that was probably the last chance I would have ever gotten to see them. And I'm still bummed that I didn't. But anyway, it doesn't have much to do with anything. But if you haven't seen those Unplugged episodes, check them out. They're rather amazing, especially that Alice in Chains.
Oh, the
one.
Nirvana one is the
Oh
one that
yeah,
comes to my mind.
Yeah, Nirvana too.
Apparently, these the Kiss reunion shows of that era were originally supposed to feature Stone Temple Pilots as the opening act, but Scott Weiland's own drug issues sent him back into rehab. They had to pull out. Alice in Chains then jumped in.
Really? And so they were like, Alice is good. Lane's good. He's all right. It's weird seeing like old videos and seeing just how full of life and heavier he is as a human being, and then seeing the end where it's like rumors where he'd lost a hand.
Oh,
You know?
God.
Yeah, I mean it gets bad. It gets bad if you just refuse to stop shooting heroin. It doesn't end well for people. So, anywho, speaking of bad news, I guess we should pop back into the Florida shooter. It's a weird story, man. That we kept hearing about the guy. We don't even need to name his name. In Santa Fe, who went in and mowed down 10 of his classmates and a couple teachers and whatnot. The defense attorney and it sounds like as soon as he saw the cops, because he planned on killing himself, big tough guy, he went, and like fainted.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Mr. Tough Guy with a gun, as soon as he saw law enforcement, collapsed in a heap.
So now society has to bear all this cost for a trial. And
Of
everything.
course,
God.
of course. But the defense attorney is going, yeah, this girl you keep talking about, he doesn't even know her name. He doesn't even know who you're talking about. And I don't know if I believe that, but that's what he's saying. He said there's still no motive for the shooting brought on by the 17-year-old, again, at Santa Fe High School. I will say my client did not recognize her name, Shauna Fisher.
It's the girl we talked about yesterday claiming to her parents that she was going to haunt this dude if he came to school and killed her.
She claimed. I don't know how she can even make that statement. I mean, what is her background in ghosting? Honestly, it's a nice sentiment and all, but really, her mom, Sadie, said her daughter had been fending off advances, from this dude for months. The suspect, who relatives have described as, how would relatives describe this young murderer?
The guy, just a quiet young guy, nice kid, always pleasant, right?
Okay, not bad. He's described as quiet and a sweet person. Just a sweet person. Quiet. He became more pushy with Fisher recently before she publicly rejected him during class one day. Ooh. I mean, if that goes down in front of the class, that's
Stop humping my leg.
yeah. Stop asking me out, you fuck. I'm never going out with you, you loser. You look like a Columbine kid with your dumb trench coat on. Something like that.
Well, I'll show you.
Yeah, and it was just a week later. And she was the first target, and we remember how that went. So they say, yeah, this humiliating incident took place just a week earlier. His attorney is blaming his mental health status. I think that's a fair defense. I think you could say mentally something was a bit of a miss, right?
Something was off, man.
Yeah, something went awry in the mental health state. So suggesting he's still confused about what happened over the weekend. Isn't that kind of how that shithead was in Florida? Hasn't he been acting weird, like I don't know what happened. It's crazy. I'm sorry. I don't. It's like they snap back to reality once the deed's done, and it's this weird thing, you know. I mean, at least the shooter in Charleston is just like, I hate Negroes and had to do my part. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, Dylan Roof.
Yeah, I mean, at least he had a. I mean, at least in his defense, he had a plan. He set out to do it, and he accomplished it. As heinous as it is, he understood what he was doing all the way along, and he owned it. And he's like, put me to death. I'm a martyr. But these people it's just weird, these 17-year-old kids. So he's confessed to the shooting. He told investigators he kept the students he liked alive so he could have his story told. So they're the ones that are going to come out and really, talk about what a caring and sweet, gentle person he was. But the mom's just like, yeah, that's why I don't buy this bullshit about him not knowing who the daughter was. He sought her out first and blew her face off. And so I'm with Mom on this one. He and this is one of the more troubling aspects of this story, Jay, and I'll admit a lot of this story is very, very troubling. But he opened fire during this morning art class, right? And so witnesses are in their art class, period one, and all of a sudden just a shotgun blast through the door. And all I could think was, who the fuck takes art class in period one?
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, isn't that an after-lunch class?
I would think so.
I mean,
man.
think about your time at Wendy's. You're getting you're stealing pudding in your little yellow cup. You love that pudding. You could probably name brand it right now.
Thank you, Brand.
There you go. And if you had to go back and jump into a calculus class right after lunch,
I don't know, man. It may help you ease into the day. Think of it that way. Like, who wants to be sitting in calculus in period one, right? Having to think right off the bat. You jump into art. You start making a bunch of cubes.
I know.
Yeah, but weren't all your classes arty? Didn't you have a lot of art class? No,
they were not.
Dude, I disagree with you, Mike. After thinking this through, I think you want an art class.
What class do you want early?
Yeah,
then?
what do you want? English?
History, maybe?
Really? Why? You want to think right off the bat?
Well,
you don't want to think after lunch. You don't want to think right off the bat. You want to ease into this shit.
See, I like doing, once lunch hit, I wanted to get into an art class, perhaps a gym, not gym right away. 5th hour or 6th hour gym was the shit. Let things settle a little bit.
You just wanted to finish the day after,
I wanted my
hit
day
lunch
over
and be done.
Yeah. That's what I wanted, and so
that's fair.
So the art class in period one, it's like, dude, that's that's basically just a freebie. Everybody passes art, so
I don't think I ever took an art class in high school. Yeah, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I took drafting. I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't like
but
that.
I never had an art class.
Really? You didn't get paints or nothing?
Nothing.
Wow. Interesting.
I missed out.
Yeah. Yeah. He planned to kill himself, but collapsed in cowardly fear when confronted by police. That might be my favorite part of the story.
Starts shivering like a chihuahua.
Don't hurt me. Please. Please. That's the girl, by the way. I'm assuming that's pre-shot in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be
She has
weird.
facial features, so
Yeah.
assume that.
If they showed that, it'd be really inappropriate, too.
All right.
Really would.
Well, Gabara and Zott Ford have requested, as you know, that their reads be done after any school shooting.
Especially if faces are hurt.
Yeah, so here goes. Zott Ford's famous spring fling is finally here. It was a long, cold winter, but it's time to sell lots of vehicles and get back on track. Here's a deal even Easis can afford. It's a sign and drive lease on select new all-wheel drive 18 Ford Escapes for just $222 a month, zero cash due. Also, they've dropped the price on select new 18 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4s, almost $13,000. That's over 30% off. See details in their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Yes, go see them. Those are our boys. They will take good care of you. I'm going to just blanket assume no one in this room watched the Miss USA pageant.
No, but I read about the aftermath, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
What kind
That
of
was last
aftermath
night.
were-
That was the Miss USA.
I thought it was Sunday night.
Oh,
Maybe it was
okay.
last
That was
night.
okay. That makes sense. I was gonna say it was a Monday night.
Well, it's funny because we have been so blasting these pageants, you know, whether it's the teeny little kids doing it or Miss Universe, whatever, cheerleaders. We've kind of all lumped them together and been destroying them for, I don't know, 3.5 years now.
Well, they're just completely incompatible with the notion
Right.
that we ought to be, you know, equal and considering women to be our equals.
Sure.
And then we just paste this shit every now and then on our TVs.
Yeah.
Just absolutely sexualizing women.
Yeah. And this is no different, except
Although they had a Me Too bend to this, didn't they? Didn't they try to work in Me
course.
Too and Black Lives Matter and
they're
really
doing it at
No
all
way.
these things.
Yeah. Right.
What he
I said no way, like Black Lives Matter and stuff.
It was
and-
Lachey, right? Lachey and his wife.
and
did
his
it?
wife Vanessa, yeah.
Okay.
God, she's pretty. Miss Nebraska won, for anyone who cares, as if that matters, and she answered a brilliant question at the end.
I heard.
So anyway, I was reading an article in USA Today, and they were talking about how is it possible for Miss USA to be a forward-thinking broadcast in a year of like Me Too movements that have incited, you know, powerful, marches and whatnot across the country? My answer is fuck no.
It's impossible.
No, it's not possible.
You're bimboizing chicks on the one hand, and then on the other hand, you want them completely taken seriously.
But I don't think we're allowed to say that. Because who are you, man, white cis man, to tell a woman how she wants to wear high heels and a fucking bikini? She should be able to, cis man.
Part of the patriarchy
So
that's
we're-
been ruling.
Jay's been
we're
right on
just-
this. They need to make the decision, man. I'm not saying that
But
guys.
that's eating your own. It's like, who are you to tell me how to dress? Go fuck
I
yourself.
understand that, but
there needs
really,
to be a
they
set of very reasonable, forward-thinking women that go, listen, honey,
Yeah.
take them under their wing and go, you know, I know you're pretty. I know
Yeah.
you are. But let's focus this.
But you know what happens? That young pretty girl just goes,
Dude.
"You're just ugly. You just wish you were hot." Isn't
There
that
you
what
go.
usually happens?
Yeah.
They just
Well-
you're just jealous.
You're just jealous.
What if we get to a point where we allow like the butchiest or fattest, grossest women to mix in, and it's just like we're just all
They
celebrating.
win or are they just kind of there?
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to let the voters decide. I mean, obviously, but has high school not shown us that special needs people can win anything they want? They can score touchdowns. They can win crowns. They can be queens and kings at homecoming.
They don't even have queens and kings, Mike. That's really
Well,
outdated.
what do they have?
I don't,
Royalty.
Royalty. That's
In
right.
general.
Royalty in general. Yeah, they're capable of winning that. And honestly, when I was in high school, there are a handful of people. Had you pointed them out and said they're going to be on the ballot, I would have said there's just not a chance. There's not a chance of winning for that individual.
So we've come a long way.
We have. So maybe the answer is you stuff it not just with a bunch of tens, but we mix in some sixes, some classic fours.
With some real talent, because again, there's a talent aspect of this.
Are you saying a
Competition,
four
correct?
would definitely have more talent than a 10
Well, I'm
just based
saying,
on number?
let's look at the whole package and not just look at the beauty. But
Right.
you know, they got to be able to be a hell of a flautist or marionette, whatever it is.
Well, look, I know what a fan of juggling you are, but no one cares about the juggling.
Wait, are you a marionette if you're working the marionette, or is the marionette the puppet? I think the marionette's the puppet. All right, you have to be a fine puppeteer.
You're a marionetter.
Marionetter. A puppeteer.
It's a marionette. I think the whole process is a marionette.
Okay.
Strings and all. Yeah. So this year's hosts, as you mentioned, were Nick and Vanessa Lachey. They don't bother me. For people that are on network television and do some of the cheesiest bullshit TV ever, I don't know why they don't bother me, and
I've
that
always
sort of
been-
bothers
I've
me.
always been big fans of the Lacheys.
I kind of like the Lacheys too, and I think the younger one gets shortchanged. I think it's because of his stature. I think he's a little shorter.
I'll never forget his Paso Doble on Dancing with the Stars. I don't think anyone will.
Yeah,
To
fantastic.
Drew Lachey.
Drew, there you go. Yeah, and the way they tackled their own home projects on their show just shows what kind of that's Cincinnati
Newlyweds.
boys. Yeah. So they tried to touch on all the relevant buzzwords. We saw this with the Oscars and the Grammys doing the same shit. Me Too, Black Lives Matter, Time's Up, all mentioned, while still keeping the tradition of just the formula. Just put them in hot outfits and let them parade around. So they thought the inclusion of questions about marches and sexual violence would translate into an empowering affair. So instead of going, what do you think of global warming? They'd go, What do you think of pussy hats?
Yeah.
What do you think about the Women's March? Stuff like that. Instead, according to this
Instead,
article,
the juxtaposition was pretty stark.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came into full Technicolor for all to see. Instead, it made for a cringeworthy contest that went, no joke, straight from a high heels bikini competition into a montage of contestants talking about when they've experienced assault. Later, there was video of contestants reciting Maya Angelou's inspirational Phenomenal Women poem, all while appearing to pose for a glossy photo shoot barefoot in a pond. Boy, that sounds good. The whole thing had a tone-deaf structure, and the contestants' often awkward answers to interview questions made it even worse. It's really the highlight of the show. Honestly, it is. Once you get past the titties hanging out of the bras.
Dude, I'd rather watch the questions than I can
Q&A.
look at freaking pictures. Any pictures like Jay says, Google any picture in the world. But watching hot chicks try to answer questions, now that's entertainment.
So, E, what if I ask you the questions and let's see how you
I'm
would
sure
do?
I'm terrible, but
But
sure, why
you're
not?
blasting these women. I mean,
I'm not trying to be Miss America though.
And the thing is, too, these women have prepared for this. They
Well,
have.
I'll
but
try
they
to
don't
answer.
know. I mean, unless Donna Brazil's feeding them the questions.
I know, but if
They
they're
know-
smart, they've looked at the landscape of the news these days. They've looked at past years, and
Yeah.
they've had. I guarantee you, they have a handler that have been They've been peppered with questions over the last month
Then why do they suck so bad?
because they're fucking stumps.
Yeah. So you don't want to hear E try to answer 4 or 5 of these questions?
No, I do, but in his
okay.
defense, he hasn't been able to practice for this.
All right. So, all right, E, we'll just give
Sure.
you a quick rundown. I've only got a few of them here. Miss Florida, Genesis Davila, was asked, what can be done to protect women on college campuses against sexual assault? I was thinking chastity belt, personally.
I'm seriously, I don't know. I'm trying to. I don't know. I guess just more security guards. Are we talking about like rapes here, or
So, E, we're talking about sexual assault, whether it's a finger, a panous, a bottle. We've seen in some cases.
I don't know. Have make sure every incoming freshman here has some tutorial about not sexualizing women.
I like it. A PowerPoint.
So,
He's supposing a PowerPoint will solve the problem.
So E has suggested what it already goes on in every college in America.
Maybe
where
they
they've got grant money,
What if-
and there's a symposium that they all join to go. Sexual assault is bad.
You know
blah,
what?
blah blah
you
blah
know what
blah.
one of my answers would be is to get rid of fraternities. What a joke! Fraternities are ridiculous. We all know they're not doing any help in the community. Really, they're
Okay.
just drunk parties. And I would get rid of. I would just say, you know what? We're done with fraternities. That would be my answer to that. I bet that would help a lot.
I am personally standing by chastity belts. If they handed those out day one of classes, and your friend held the key.
You are not a woke bay, Mike,
Why?
because now you're putting the onus on the woman.
Well, I just
Now,
don't
there
want
should
them
be a
raped.
correction of the men.
Whatever I have to do. Well, okay, well,
Women should just be able to go about their lives without a chastity
oh
belt.
my God, are there men belts? Do we have men chastity belts? Because I don't think that's going to work. Not a bad answer. I'm standing by mine. Do you have an answer, Jade, or does it?
I like ease, yeah.
Yeah,
Ease
you
is
like
great.
Ease. Okay,
For the
yeah,
fucking
Ease was-
frats.
Yeah, Ease was retarded. I agree. Her answer was college campuses should have different groups and activities where women can self-defend themselves.
What does that even mean?
I'm assuming karate classes.
I mean, different groups or activities
These
when
where
they can.
where women can self-defend themselves.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
And that just
Well put.
It's
Where's
just,
the follow up there? I wish I could.
This is the winner.
No, that's not the winner. We'll get to the winner in a second.
Jay, obviously not, based on that answer.
Why did 1/3 of women neglect the right to vote in the presidential election?
They
This
can
was
vote?
Madison Nips' response. She's Miss South Dakota, and yes, she was allowed to vote.
Okay. Why did 1/3 decide not to vote?
Yeah.
Probably because they maybe. I would guess they didn't like Hillary, but they thought that they didn't want it. They couldn't vote for what they thought was a sexual deviant of Donald Trump, a sexist.
I think that's a winning answer.
It's fine, yeah.
Honestly, that is a winning answer. He said it kind of like a retard, but his point was well made. I don't know if Miss South Dakota.
I think what
Madison
you have
Nip
to say,
made
you have
this.
to say something like though that Hillary, because you have to get around this obstacle that she's a woman and she ought to be your champion,
Right.
So I think you have to say that she really didn't champion women's causes in a
Yeah,
way
good
that
point.
Most women identified with. Blah, blah, blah.
Great point. I forgot that Hillary
Gotta go
was
that
a
angle.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Or that she cared about anybody.
Yeah, allegedly. alleged woman. Very good point. Want to always make sure to say that. Her answer was,
Wouldn't that be hilarious if you fucking anytime you referred to Hillary Clinton, if it was a woman, you have like you have to put alleged as if it was like
Why not?
a criminal thing.
an alleged woman. She's an alleged woman. I think that's fair.
An alleged human.
I want to see that birth
True.
certificate. That's the certificate I want to see.
So why did 1/3 of women neglect the right to vote? Her answer was, I think she beat both your answers, guys. I'm sorry. Women are perfectly capable of expressing how you feel. We need to get out there as women and show the world. And that is about as well put as you can get.
What in the hell are you talking about?
So,
These chicks aren't used to thinking. Remember this, E. Not used to
just
thinking.
do you think their handlers are backstage just going, "Oh God, no!
Yeah.
Oh no! I've asked her 8,000 times. What are you going to say when they bring up women voting? What you can't do. Remember, please, Madison. Whatever you do, do not say we need to get out there as women and show the world. Please. You've said it over 50% of the times, and it doesn't even make sense.
What they should have done in this situation is don't even fucking worry about the question, and just if it has anything to do with women issues, have one answer, and just have them memorize
Like
it.
a politician does.
Yeah.
Just never answers the question.
Don't even fuck.
It's not a bad call.
It doesn't matter if it's about voting. It doesn't matter if it's about sexual assault. Just say, this is a time when women need to stand up.
Yeah,
and,
just an ultra positive comment about women that posture them as really
and don't even
enabled.
fucking worry.
Yeah.
Would your stock answer work for any of these questions? Could you find a way to get, it's troubling,
But hopeful.
but hopeful. If you're talking about the Me Too movement,
Yeah, you can always do that.
do you think it would fit? What can be done to protect women on college campuses against assault?
Well, this is a troubling issue, Mike, but there's hope.
Yeah.
And then you fill in the blank.
As we discuss this more and more, it becomes even more hopeful. And thank you. I'm Jay. I'm Mr. Michigan. Welcome the first man into the pageant. I'm very proud. So we want to hear from the winner. The winner obviously kicked ass. Probably had nothing to do with her titties, her ass, her gait, or anything like that. But
Or gate.
let's see. So she was asked, and again, this is Ms. Nebraska. What do you say about 1 in 4 children growing up in single-parent homes? E.
What do I say about it?
Yeah.
What say you, Isis?
I would say that facts show that it's better not to have that be the case.
You've just insulted
So
a lot of
we
people. Be
should-
careful where you're going with this.
So we
There's
should
a lot of single parents out there. Husband died fighting in Afghanistan. You know what I mean?
Jesus
It's not all just
Yeah,
like,
it's
shit,
just on his way to
bitch,
college.
You on your own with that baby and shit. That ain't mine.
But
Call
what
Maury.
do I think about it? I think that it's something that we should address. And
A major landmine sits there.
Oh, yeah. It's a big one. It's a bomb. No doubt.
And it's the possible answer that entails, gosh, it would be useful to have a man in these children's lives as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a huge landmine. They have to jump over that,
Yeah.
navigate that one. But I'm sure she did, right? What's her answer?
I didn't even honestly. I don't even know what to answer.
She knocked it out of the park, which is probably why she won. Her answer to what do you say about 1 in 4 children growing up in a single parent home? I'm so grateful to have grown up in a home with 2 parents, so I can't personally relate to this. Which
That's
would have been
already insulting, though, as you said. I mean,
sort of. I've got empathy, sympathy.
Okay.
It is something
But
we've
she's saying-
seen before,
but
right?
she's insinuating that it's
we
a
all
positive.
knew people who didn't have two parents. So,
But she's insinuating that it's a positive. She's like, I'm so lucky that I was born into. I mean, that's
and she was.
And
She didn't stop there, though. I do work in a children's hospital as a certified child life specialist, where I've seen single mothers at the bedside working remotely on their computers to stay by their children and support them. And I think that it just shows that children, no matter if it's a boy or a girl, that they can do that.
oh my god,
They just start talking without any plan, honestly. Right?
Yes, of course. and I'll go a step further. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking boy or a girl. They can do it.
they can do it. Yeah, and people can do a lot of shit. It doesn't mean that it's the way it should
That's just
go.
nonsensical. She won?
Yeah, that's your winner, Miss Nebraska. Can you pull up a picture of Miss Nebraska? Miss Nebraska, I just want to see what she looks like. What do you think? Do you think we went back to blonde, blue-eyed, or are we still on
Nebraska, I don't think blonde, blue-eyed, but I think she is. I think I saw a picture of her earlier.
Miss USA pageant 2 white? I mean, where are we?
Oh, she's definitely white, yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh
Blonde,
my
brown
God.
eyes.
She's white as fuck, dude. How did she win?
This is insulting.
They're all pink inside, Mike.
I know, I understand that, but on the outside, they are not all like that. That is very, very white.
White is white.
Her
Can be.
teeth.
What'd you expect from Nebraska, though? Really? I mean, is there
Yeah.
a less diverse state
You know
state
what? That
in the
might be
union
last
than
year's.
Nebraska?
Well,
Yeah, I was trying to think of the running back that did really well. He ended up in jail, but, you know.
Lawrence Phillips
Yeah, Larry Phillips.
beat up his white girlfriend.
Sure.
If you remember?
God, he should have been good.
Oh.
Was he drafted by the Rams?
Yes, I think so. Played for the Rams. I do remember that.
I think he played for the 49ers right before he was arrested. Yeah, hopefully he gets his career back on track. That was only like 20 years ago.
He was a monster in college.
Oh, he was a beast. And proving there are blacks in Nebraska. So,
I reckon.
yeah. Boy, I'm shocked at that. I'm shocked. People are going to have a problem with that next year. We're going to have hashtag, Miss America pageant so white. Did you guys ever, speaking of TV shows, get into that show? You probably didn't. Your kids may have, Jay. What was it? 13 Reasons.
No, it's like
Are you familiar with it at all?
Suicide thing? or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
On Netflix, right?
Right. Netflix original. And it followed a girl who commits suicide and leaves 13 cassette tapes behind with a recorder. And each tape is for a different person of these 13 people, right? All explaining why they were partly responsible for her suicide. And so these kids are trying to figure out, like, what the fuck did I do to her? And in the end, it's just, dude, the suicide scene in the end in the bathtub with the wrist. Holy shit, is that brutal. Like, I'm watching that going, damn, that's brutal. And so it was such a smash hit. And there was a lot of controversy about it.
Did a part two?
Yeah, they've done a part 2. And there was tons of controversy because it almost glamorized suicide. Here's this good-looking girl who can't make it work and decides this is the way out. I'm going to go to this great lengths to blame everybody and then, stir all this up. So people were really pissed off. Well, now season 2 is dropped on Netflix, and there's another parental watch group that's trying to get it yanked. And I'm like, yeah, good luck with that. What you're doing is making me and people like me talk about it now. So you're probably making it more popular than it ever would have been. But they're one of these censorship groups where, you like to say this all the time, Jay. The toothpaste is out of the tube, and trying to like gather everything that's offensive to hide from your kids is an impossibility. It's everywhere you look. And I notice it more than I ever did. So this group criticized the new season of 13 Reasons for its depiction of a school shooting amid current events, and they're campaigning now to have the show canceled. The Parents Television Council called on Netflix to boot the show altogether on Monday. They said that the second season is a ticking time bomb to teens and children. It's based on the aftermath of this girl's suicide. Okay, that's kind of where it picks up, I guess. Includes a scene about a thwarted high school dance shooting. So I guess it didn't happen. They stopped it. On Friday, 10 innocent people were shot dead with a 17-year-old opens, at the art class in Santa Fe, Texas. And then this is right on the heels of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. These are the things they're pointing to that, boy, you're planting this seed in young kids' minds. And the council's website mission statement is to, and tell me if you think this is possible, Jay. The mission statement is to protect children and families from graphic sex, violence, profanity in the media because of their proven long-term harmful effects. Our vision is to provide a safe and sound entertainment media environment for children and families across America.
It's not possible, but don't you think it's a better world where there is a group like that?
I think it is absolutely 100% impossible and a waste of time, but I understand what they're saying. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse, and it's not going to get better. I can point to things like, I don't have to point to just like gratuitous, like, oh wow, there's way more cleavage hanging out on the cover of that magazine than there would have been 20 years ago. I can point to, video games and TV shows where a TV show, someone got shot, maybe you saw a little blood. Now you see like guts and brains and flying out of people. Like there's no doubt there's desensitization.
Yes.
Is that the word?
You got it, man.
Nailed it. That goes on when you do that stuff. And I don't know that it's fair to just go, watch Nickelodeon then. You're good. But at the same time, if you think you're going to go running around, these kids just have way too much access to this stuff at school, on their smartphones. I don't need to tell you. And I don't know if you have an opinion on it.
Yeah, I think it's a better world when you have groups like this trying. I mean, what do? You just hang it up? You just go, civility's gone. All of our morals are fucked.
Yeah.
Culture's fucked. I agree with you. It's impossible to get the toothpaste back in the tube and change the slippery slope that we've been on
Careful.
for 30 years.
Damn Asians are going to be offended. But I think I kind of want to see their track record. Like if there's anything, if they're like batting 0 for 1,000 on everything they're trying to remove, I'm just going to be like, ugh.
Well, maybe their only use is to give somebody pause, and you might respond and say, well, all it's doing is drawing attention, and therefore more people are going to watch this. But, maybe the only use of a group like that is to draw attention to people and give them pause for a second to go, God, what are we doing?
Fair enough. But don't you think, initial TV, what we saw on TV and magazines was fake. Everything about it was fake. And people tried to live up to the idea of the cleavers, and it was an impossibility. Nobody could be as perfect of a family as the cleavers. And nobody could be as perfect as the good housekeeping wife who's, make sure you start the fire when he gets home and give him a foot massage and blow him as soon as he walks in the door. He's got a lot on his mind. If he decides not to come home tonight, who are you to ask questions? He must be busy. Like, absurd shit was written in magazines and in TV. And as we've evolved, TV's gotten very, very real. They've found that the most compelling, the most watchable things are these things that actually happen. And so it doesn't surprise me that a Netflix show like this would tackle a storyline like this. Shit, there's been 22 school shootings since Trump took office. So to ignore that or act like, nope, that didn't happen, and I haven't seen it yet. I probably should have watched this first.
So because horrific events have happened, do you think culture-wise on TV it needs to be reflected? I mean, what are you saying?
I think it doesn't surprise me that shit's reflected
it
all the
doesn't
time.
surprise you, but does it need to be? Should it be?
Well, if you're trying to get ratings, which is the game, you want ratings, you want big numbers so that they pay you more money. That's why the news covers the bullshit that they do. Dude, the inner cities are not nearly as violent as the news would lead you to believe. But, do
you care that this show's on?
No.
Okay.
Personally, no. I wanted to ask you if you care that it's on.
Yeah, it sounds kind of nasty.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, I think our culture is inundated with enough of that stuff, and I don't think we need another
in fairness
representation
to this,
of that. I think no doubt about it, our culture, shit we see on TV, shit we hear, shit we play on video games, it's all playing a part into these school shootings and other representations of lack of civility between each other, and it's not good.
I wish
right? You would agree it's not good for us?
Oh, it's awful.
So why do you want to see that on there? I mean...
Well, here's what I'll say, and I should have said this early on. I wish I would have watched this before I even brought it up, because I hear that the way they handled it may make people rethink the way they treat other students and the repercussions.
It's teachable.
Yeah, I mean...
The after-school special.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I did read that, and I was like, oh, okay, well, if that's the angle they're going for a little bit...
Like season 1 was apparently showing, as you said, just an awful, awful suicide scene.
It was 3 minutes at the very end of the season of a 13-episode thing. You know what I mean? And it was compelling TV. Kids loved it. Parents your age were struggling to get their kids not to watch it because of the content, but the kids were watching it at school and everywhere else. I mean, like you said, you can't keep their head, looking where you want them to look.
So I don't understand. What is it right or is it wrong? What, in your opinion, should
the
the show be on?
Yeah, in my opinion, the show should be on.
Yeah.
I just, whenever I see these watchdog groups, it's like, okay, it's kind of like the sticker they used to put on our CDs where it was like, ooh, That's supposed to make me not want to buy that CD. That's the first fucking CD I'm buying. If it's an NWA CD and it's got one of those parental tags on it, that's the one for me. So I think they're failing in their mission. I'll report back to you, though, when I watch that and let you know, what they think.
You know who's not failing in his mission?
Who?
Our buddy Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial. You have an annual physical to make sure you're healthy, or you should. What do you do each year to make sure that
Annual
you remain...
is 20 years, right? An annual market, what is it? A fortnight is 2 weeks. Annual is 20 years.
What do you do each year to make sure that you remain financially fit? Our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000, and ask for Mark. And the procedure is very simple. You provide Mark the information concerning your investments, whether you have some, whether you don't. He looks at it. He gives you a legit, free, no obligation consultation. Like, he'll look at it, and we've had people write in and say, Mark's great, because he looked at my shit, and he was like, you know what? You're good. Stay where you are.
Stay where you're at.
So it's not like he's just trying to grab you just to get you under his wing. He will give you an honest assessment, a real professional assessment. Call him today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
It's funny, too. His partners, sorry, go ahead.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
His partners are beside themselves, going, what the fuck are you doing? Who are these people walking off the streets or calling for you? What is going on here?
He's like, I'm Merck.
Detroit Cast, try it. It's working. I guess this is very, very rare in that industry to have someone walk in
it is.
with their financial stuff. And Mark is getting lots of calls from a lot of you. And I'm like, are they all cool? Are they all pretty cool? He's like, every fucking one of them. Honestly, some of them I can't help. Some of them it's not a right fit. Some of them it's a great fit. But all of them, they want to ask questions about Jay in high school and grade school. They want to ask questions about you. And then we get down to brass tacks, help them. But, yeah, we're aware that they're asking a lot of questions about us, Jay.
Yeah, that's what
Lots of questions. He's like, yeah, I've told everybody what assholes you guys really are like in real life. Good for you, Merck. Dude, I'm not even joking right now, Jay. Some motherfucker at SC in Southern California, some gyno, I think he's going after Nasser's record. Yeah.
I heard about this, yeah.
Dude, I didn't think it was possible, honestly. Home run record, the hitting streak that went on.
Dude, a gyno is set up for this, though. Nasser had to rely on that little used technique of, your back hurts, well, I'm going to relieve your back pain and reach in your vagine real quick. This gyno, I mean, bam, that's his business.
Yeah.
Open for business, baby.
Dude, 5 women filed lawsuits on Monday alleging, did you guys talk about this? If you did,
No.
Okay. Alleging that this doctor who worked at the University of Southern Cal for 3 decades, almost 3 decades, sexually abused them. The school failed to address the misconduct. Another one of these. Hey, John, will you hold up that rug while I sweep this shit under it for you? George Tyndall is his name. Worked as a gyno at the University Student Health Center until he retired last year. One of the women alleges that Tyndall... there's a lot of things you can do that would be inappropriate, right? You can think of a lot of things you could say or
What'd he do?
Well, I'm just not. I'm trying to get myself into a comfortable position where I can even say this. Forced his entire hand and wrist into her vagine during an exam, and
just a normal exam.
Yeah,
So go ahead and fist you.
E, have you ever had your butthole fisted by a doctor?
No, I haven't.
Boy, oh boy, ladies, I would think that once he got...
Red flag?
Yeah. I mean, okay, let's say, for the sake of conversation, we're 4 knuckles in. At that point, when you get to the wrist, you know what I mean?
So is he, with his other hand, stroking his penis to completion, or what? Like, what's the end game, man?
I don't think so, unless he's got a sheet up. He's doing one of those, like... Yeah, I just love to know what the call, like, you know what, you're not going to like this, but I'm gonna need to fist you, because something's going on in there. It looks maybe like a tumor. I won't know until I get in there. Yeah. He also made vulgar comments about her genitalia. Well, I would hope so. I mean, if you've got a whole fist and wrist in her vagina, I think, give helicopter tours in there. I mean, something you could say to lighten the mood. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Like, that's a lot of room, right? I've never got, I can honestly say I don't know if I've ever tried. Not that I wouldn't, but I haven't.
I can honestly say I've never tried.
But would you, if asked?
No.
Okay. You would, right?
What?
Fist a girl if she
Are you
asked.
fucking kidding me?
You
No.
wouldn't? No. Wow, really?
I think dude, you know what my thought on that whole thing is?
That whole thing being a vagine?
Yeah, I think it's gross in reality.
The whole undercarriage of a woman bothers
Yeah,
you.
he doesn't like any of that.
Tremendously.
What point do you just start dry heaving? Is it when you get to a navel and then you can pick back up normal conversation once you get to a thigh?
I don't know.
Do the pubes freak you out? You get to
Probably.
their pubes
Yeah, that
and you're
freaks
just like,
me out for sure.
really?
But do you like the bald one where you can really
No,
see
I don't
some
like
detail?
that either. 'Cause
Yeah.
That looks fucking weird. I just think it looks fucking. Here's the thing, dude. I don't care what you guys say. I knew you guys sit there.
Oh, it looks like an open wound. We
everyone
understand.
knows-
It looks like a hatchet
I
wound.
get
There's
that
no,
it
there's
feels
no
good
denying
to
that.
put your dick in it. I get that, and it feels good for me too. The few times I've done it, I've enjoyed that I did it.
But as a heterosexual man, allegedly,
But just look-
aren't you attracted to that? Like that?
No,
Dude.
I think it
You
looks
should
gross.
be drawn like a magnet.
should.
to
I think
that.
it looks gross, and I think
Magnetic
it's weird
north.
that we all just act like it doesn't look gross.
So,
I am not acting like that doesn't look
dude,
gross.
it looks like a flower to me. I mean, if I had a man standing there, let's say he's not hard, he's a solid 6.5 limp, and then you've got her in whatever state you like best, partially shaved. I know you're fond of the lightning bolt, bald, whatever. Are you still gonna look at the two and go, his is better? I'm just saying it looks better. I'm not saying you want to blow him. I'm just saying.
Shut up, dude. I don't find dicks attractive either. By the way.
But do you find them equally disgusting, or do you think
Yeah,
like
I think they're equally gross.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know if
sex.
that's why they
is
call them bumping uglies?
I think sex is disgusting in reality, except with all. Dude, it feels good, so we all want to do it. But think about it. No one likes to talk about it. No one sits there and wants to hear their dad about their dad having sex. You don't want to hear your brother telling you about how he's fucking some chick. It's because it's gross. We do it because we want to. Because it feels
wait
good.
Wait a minute. What you just did, was in fact gross. You just named all your family members and acted
No,
like
but
they
even
wanted
friends
to
for the most part.
discuss sex with you.
Even
Like, dude,
friends
I
for
have
the
no
most part.
problem talking to a buddy about sex.
You don't, maybe,
No,
but a lot of people
I
don't,
find it
though,
just,
dude.
like I don't want to picture you, Mike, like banging away on some chick,
just like
because
fucking
yeah. To E's point,
yeah.
like it's
No
not
one-
it's not that I'm finding like the act gross. I find the act fucking awesome, but I find all of a sudden I'm imagining Mike's panous, and you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to go there.
Nobody, but if you're most
But what if it was a
conversation-
bad experience? And I'm telling you, like, dude, I fucking all right. Here I am. I've got her, and I put it in, and then everything went soft.
No,
and
see, I think
fell
that's
out.
one thing.
Like it's still a sex story.
Okay, that's maybe one thing because you're saying something that's funny or weird. But for the most part, even in normal conversation, people do not sit there. You have your best friends and they're like, yeah, so I was, doing this or that with the chicken. What's people's usual response? Dude, I don't fucking need to hear that. I don't want to fucking hear
I don't want
that.
to picture that.
Really, you guys? That's the response you guys
I think
get?
that's what most people's response are, for the most part.
I am utterly shocked that either one of you would go up to a friend and go, interesting weekend for me. Got a little piece, if you know what I'm saying. And your friends would go, I don't need to hear this. Nah.
No.
I think there's
I'll
okay
accept
with
the
saying,
story. I'll accept the story. But
Yeah.
to E's point, I don't like when it starts to get graphic and shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Ugh,
Yeah, so if
like, I
it's-
put it in her ass. Okay, gross.
It's not gross, first off.
Yeah, see, it's one thing if you're just like,
So-
dude,
so
that
once it
girl I met
starts-
at the bar last week, yeah, I hooked up with her in the end. I was like, oh,
What im-
damn, nice.
What immediately happens is I'm picturing your dick going into that chick's ass. That's where
Hole.
my mind goes.
Hole.
The actual hole.
Yeah, not
Yes.
like a hot dog bun.
No.
in a butt
I'm actually
crack, like
picturing
in the hole.
entry into the hole.
How far in do you picture right away? Because you don't want to go to the hilt right away. You got to ease into that, right? Otherwise, you'll
Picturing
send
you
them
like
to the moon.
spitting on it first,
Oh,
and then like rubbing your dickhead against it, rubbing your
need to hear
dickhead
this. See?
against the entry of the hole,
See?
I don't need to hear
and then
this.
just kind of
All right.
putting it in a little bit.
You've crossed the line, sir.
See?
We've heard enough from you,
They just
sir.
proved it right.
And then he probably talks the whole time, like, "You're gonna love this, baby." You know, I'm hearing the
Oh,
talk.
dude,
and-
I'm not a
oh, God.
talker. I'm not a talker.
Oh, the smells.
I don't
The
believe that.
smells start with me.
What?
Because I think
Do you think I'm a talker, Jay?
here's the reason I think
See,
so.
this is the shit I find gross. I don't want to think about this shit. I don't know if you're a talker.
Well, I'll say this. Here's the reason I think that he is. I don't think that you're into dirty talk necessarily, but Mike is a fucking. He's
trying to change the subject.
No,
That's
how he gets people is he tries to pretend he doesn't, but he has a silver fucking tongue, dude. He tries to pretend he's shucks
pretty
me. But he's really good at being really confident when it comes to just like, oh, why don't I just rub your shoulders a little bit or some shit. So my point is, I think that Mike does talk, but not
I think
in
it's
a
for
dirty.
a different purpose.
I
a
agree.
different purpose.
Just to make it happen.
I think
though.
he talks so that their mind is off what's going on.
As I'm down here feverishly trying to get
If I
something
can
going.
if I can just get this hard enough.
All the candy you need is going to be right here. Just give me a second. All the candy.
Yes, that's
Dude,
what I'm
no,
picturing.
I am okay. Can I have a conversation with someone, with a human being in bed? Yes. If you think for one foul bullshit second that I'm like, oh baby,
Oh yeah. Wait till I turn this on. Wait till you see where I'm going next. Oh yeah.
fuck no.
There's no right there, baby. Right there.
There's your spot. Oh yeah.
Yeah, do that, do that.
Yeah, you're into. You like that when I do that, don't you? You like that. You like getting your fucking hair pulled, do you? Yeah. How's that?
I
How's
can
that
see
little?
it, man.
How's that little?
I could so see
How's
it.
that feel on your ass? How's that? Yeah. Dude, if you think I'm that guy, you are sorely mistaken.
Well, I guess I'm sorely mistaken because I
are.
could see it.
Anybody out there who has slept with me, women only for purposes of this conversation.
Yeah, we don't want to hear from the men.
No. Any women who have ever slept with me, feel free to email in
Men, just keep your emails to yourself.
to yourselves because that's a whole different ball game. You know, then you can talk serious shit, get into wrestling, the whole thing. That doesn't count. Any woman who has ever slept with me, if you're listening right now, please email at DetroitCast.com
Either one of you, go ahead.
and let these gentlemen know that, yeah, no, Mike is a mute more than anything because I am not a talker. And I want that on the record.
It's on the record.
What do you say, E? Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Dude, I
Can't
don't
believe I found you on Craigslist.
Yeah,
Can't believe you're
it's-
only $200.
Is it in?
I don't know.
Did I hit
It's-
the right spot?
I couldn't do that. I think the funny thing is, I think I would actually, if I had any level of not being in my own head a million times more than I wish I was, I probably would talk and shit in reality. But I'm usually just so awkward. It's always so awkward. I've never been with
We
somebody.
need to help him with this, Shay.
Well, I've never been. No, we don't.
Sounds like he's interested. Homework for the weekend. Just start running some
We've already
basic.
done this
I
before,
don't
dude.
care. Sounds like we need a recap.
Can't you get Dawn from Mount
Dude.
Lemons?
You did 8th grade twice too. E, what does that mean?
Get Dawn from Mount Lemons on board.
No, I'm
Yeah, we
done.
can call Dawn up.
No.
I've got her number. I don't need your permission. Going back to our creep at SC, who's fisting a patient. Nice. And then he's making these comments, about, well, fly a helicopter in there. So huge. Another woman details how he's just all over her titties. He's into the titties and he's leering. What a creepy word leering is. He's just,
Oh, yeah.
if you're going for leer or grope, you can't do both. You're going to look like a monster, sir. This is on her first appointment, by the way.
She's doing a little breast check, huh?
Yeah.
Under the guise of a cancer check.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's looking for lumps. And that's, you know what, dude? I used to do that test for Beth. I wanted her to teach me how to do it just because it was free titty groping. It's not as fun as groping titties. Yeah. So if you have Gab, teach it to you, like
You're supposed to, go around or something, swirl around.
well, she would do the nut thing, and I was like, that
It's uncomfortable.
Playing with my nuts should be way more fun than this, And so it was like
Captain Queeg in it.
Yeah, exactly. Got the silver balls rolling around in her hand. So I was like, I want to know, I just want to be helpful. What I can do, if there's a way, and it was like, no tongue involved, no, nothing. Okay, guess you don't have cancer. That was a blast. Another woman, so he's groping her titties. Just before he's groping her tits, he's doing this. He's got his hands out, and he's just
Warming them up.
he's doing this. Yeah,
Little Miyagi? Is that Miyagi? Or what?
he didn't.
Yeah.
Hey, that's just being a nice. I hate when doctors touch you and their hands are cold as shit and stuff. So that's.
Generous. I thought so too. He said, and that's what he said. Just getting them warm for you. I don't think that's not a terrible answer.
No.
It really isn't. I mean, of all answers,
Probably true.
Yeah. Now, if he spit on him, and did it.
Yeah, that's
Different story. He's trying to like get a little moisture on the nip and then get that thing to pop.
2 fingers in his mouth,
Yeah.
lubing it up. That's different.
Sure. The university failed to act despite. God, this story happens. We read this every time. It's like, yeah, first complaints were in 2006, and they didn't do shit except sweep it under the rug. And then there was some nurse there, I guess, some crisis nurse, and she made some report like, I'm hearing some really weird shit. In 2016, before they finally launched a probe, he retired. He gave an interview to the LA Times and said, quote, "You've done nothing wrong, never had any sexual urges towards patients." End of case.
It's his story. He's sticking.
Yep. It's true our system failed, but it's important, the claim of a cover-up is patently false. We would never knowingly put students in harm's way. More than 200 women have come forward to complain about Tyndall. That's where I was going with Larry Nasser.
Yeah.
Is Nasser at 200 yet?
I think so, yeah.
Really? See, why was I think he was stuck in the 170s, 180s?
Okay, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, who knew? Who knew?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, it
It's
sure
bad.
is. Let's take a quick break, Jay. Did you want to do a read? You can do a read if you want.
Go ahead. Take your break.
You sure?
Yep.
Got a guy that's all pissed off. Went to Six Flags. He wouldn't let him on a ride. Legs.
Well, we know what happens to these
Yeah.
people. We saw it a few years ago, right?
I would have let him on this particular ride.
We had a veteran just go flying out, right?
I know.
Turns out you need a lap
Yeah.
for the lap belt.
Yeah, the lap belt.
Sir, do you have a lap?
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I'm sorry I can't let you on this ride. It
What?
requires a lap belt.
I'm a Marine. IED.
All right, jump on.
Yeah, get on. Come on, get up there. Take you on the dragster really quick. So we'll get to that story more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. What's that fat son of a bitch in North Korea up to? What? Son of a bitch, Yoon. All of a
Just
sudden-
maneuvering.
Is he maneuvering? Is he
Yeah.
playing games? I think he knew chess.
Some gamesmanship. Probably read Art of the Deal, right?
Ah, if he did, yeah,
Got
he's
to be
gonna
willing
know.
to walk away.
Yeah.
Know when to fold them.
I just saw a CNN notification flashed across my phone.
Think about this. If he's read Art of the Deal and also heard The Gambler, I mean, he's got
It's
all the
over.
tools. He's
Yeah.
got all the tools.
He's got to know when to hold them.
He's got to know when to fold them.
Yeah, know when to walk away too.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Know when to run.
Boy, oh boy, dude. You know how they're always launching like these sticks, these MP3 sticks over to people,
Right.
and dollar bills and stuff.
Just trying to
U.S.
inform-
currency.
Inform the citizenry
Do
of
you think
North Korea.
It's possible someone like threw in a zip file of Seeger's greatest hits, and this guy caught wind of The Gambler.
It'd be Kenny Rogers.
Oh, is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeger'd be good too, though.
Either
I mean,
one.
yeah.
Were you? Did you
Just
mention-
take those old
Records
records off the shelf. It'd be like, record? What a
Would you?
record?
Could you imagine? Na 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 na. Comes Oon in his whitey tighties, just
Na, na,
sliding.
na, 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 na.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
Yeah, but if you were to hear The Gambler by Seeger, I don't know.
Did he cover it?
Unlikely.
What Seeger song when you know when to hold them, know when to fold them? I thought you said Seeger. You were talking about Rohairs the
I
whole time.
never said Seeger.
Yeah,
You're
we got to shut
imagining
it
shit.
down.
Yep. Stick him, E. Stick him.
Hit me with a prod. Zzz. We need a camel prod sound effect. Zzz. Ugh.
Hey, everybody, Hamlin Pubs are inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, drinks, and atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl, it's always a great time at Hamlin Pubs Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations.
Gotta go for some down on Main Street.
I saw that he's picking his tour back up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he had like
heavy.
sort of emergency surgery last year. He was out on tour.
Yeah.
Got a couple shows, and
I
then
went.
He had the neck issue,
Yeah.
and he had to get that fixed. But he's ready to get back out.
Sounds good, too.
Does he?
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
He did. I had heard that he'd had voice problems. I mean, he's got, you don't think of Seeger as having a big range, but he actually has a pretty damn good range. When you try to sing along to some of his stuff, it's like, you better choose your octave wisely.
Okay.
I will say that. So good to hear that he's maybe out there again. I can't wait to get upstairs and crank up some Main Street, though. Man, is that about a hooker or something he picks up at a bar in Royal Oak? I want to say that.
I thought it was Main Street, Ann Arbor, but
Yeah, Ann Arbor. You're right. Yeah, Ann Arbor. Absolutely. I mentioned Six Flags. They're catching some shit, doing some apologizing. I mean, what do? I mean, when you're putting together an amusement park, on the lowest part of the list of possible things, you got to have your security fence.
sure,
You got to know that someone's going to make a fake bracelet.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Some asswipe's going to claim his kid's older than it is.
Yeah.
To get it on a ride. You would never do something like that. But that sort of thing happens.
Just go karting.
Well, whatever.
How old do you have to be? Oh, 10. Yeah, she's 10.
Yeah, she's definitely 10. Doesn't have an ID, obviously. You're going to have to take my word for it. However.
Sweet pie, I know you've never driven anything, but good luck.
Yeah.
Here's a
Knock
helmet.
'em dead.
Here's a helmet.
And
Get in that thing.
These Hall balls, these are not like the cheap ones I had as a kid.
Little tiny girl.
Tiny girl.
Turned out to be a pretty good driver.
I bet. 10 and 2.
A little defensive at first, but she got the hang of it.
Yeah. Next thing you know, she's sideswiping every asshole on the track. Good for her. One of the things they probably didn't have or as a concern was, what do we do when a legless man walks in the building? You know what I mean?
Walks in the building?
Yeah, I know. It was wordplay a little bit. It was.
Army crawls into the building.
I don't think Army crawling in the
Elbow. That prominent elbow. lean.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just stick a barbed wire, like 1 foot barbed wire box over the top of him
problem.
while he's doing it, and be like,
no
"That's your ride. That's what you get to do here." Now I get it, dude. You and I both went to the Point in Ohio, and we went on the dragster, and it was just for like a minute, right?
Oh, for
It-
I don't know, 20 seconds? A minute.
It felt like, boy, I hope this belt is tight, because it gives you the the red, yellow, green, and then when it hits green, you are gone, and it just goes straight, and then it goes straight up and around a turn and then straight down, and it's over.
Yes.
I also lost my glasses on the dragster once.
Your glasses?
When I go to Cedar Point, I would wear. I always wear the thing around my glasses.
The croaky?
Well, because, well, it's because
Do you
I
employ
can't
the
see.
croaky?
I can't. I'm fucking blind without my glasses.
Understood.
So when I would go up
Understood.
the hills, I would be able to look around. But the dragster's basically straight down, and even
And straight up.
You're right. And despite the fact that I had the thing on my glasses, they started falling off my head while they were going. While I was in that 5 seconds that it's going down, and I was able to grab them in midair and catch them.
Wow.
What?
I'm not.
Bullshit.
Dude, I'm not. I would not say that. I'm not a guy who just tells stories like this.
Well, you
dude.
just lied to my face.
At 120 miles per hour?
Exactly, at 100. No, yeah,
Jay,
they were
okay.
falling off my face, and I caught them.
Tell me who you believe. Every single day when I finish the post upstairs and the stick is ready to go, and I go, E! And he comes up, and he's from me to you. And I go, E, take this down to Jay.
You toss it to him.
It's an underhand. I do not. I'm not doing any Dan Quisenberry shit where I'm coming underneath and firing stuff at him. I'm not-
Quisenberry, what are you talking about? He was a side armor.
I know. That's
It was
what
a-
I mean.
You just showed me an underhand softball pitch.
No. It wasn't Quiz the guy that would be like, and come like fucking way underhand.
I think
I
you
think
called
that
it a
was a Quee.
classic sidearm. I don't know that any MLB pitcher has ever pitched underhand, but maybe I'm wrong.
Pull up Dan Quisenberry. God damn it.
Quisenberry, my God,
Fine,
man. How
Quisenberry.
wrong on this can you be?
Being stuck where we are right now is the problem with this show. It doesn't need to happen. You don't need to call me out on
Well,
this.
if you would have said Quisenberry and then mimicked a sidearm throw, we would have moved along splendidly. We wouldn't have to stop on this issue.
No. You locked up the brakes because you think Quisenberry's sidearm stopped here, and I think it went underneath.
I mean, it was a classic
First
sidearm,
joined the
right?
Kansas City Royals in 1979, not too many people took notice. But within a year, he not only became the ace
Dude,
of the
It's
Royal
not
bullpen,
underhand.
Are you
It's
shitting
a
me?
classic sidearm.
Look at his card.
no reliever has more
Dude, that's so sidearm. I don't know.
It's not. Both of you get out. Get out.
Nobody pitches underhand, dude,
Oh,
unless
you
you're
guys are
playing
gonna get
softball.
Murdered on. He's not. It's the release spot of his pitch. He's coming underneath and throwing like that. That's why I said Quisenberry. I said that on purpose. Quisenberry. Because my point was, it's not like I'm Quisenberrying E and trying to throw like that side underarm thing. See it again?
Ah, shit. Trying to pause it, but
Yeah, pause it when it's down at his knees throwing the ball. Sidearm.
Love that Kitterman he has, though. It's a great
Killer
mustache.
Kitterman. It really is. Really is. So I'm not Quisenberrying him. I'm not doing an ephus pitch to him. It's a straight, simple. I don't want it to drop and break. He drops 98% of them. I'm not even
telling
kidding.
you what happened, dude.
And now I'm
That's what
supposed to
happened.
believe he's on a rocket ship going $120, and his glasses fly off, and he's able to catch him in midair. I don't buy it.
Well, I mean, you're going straight down, so they're like, I don't remember how it worked, but dude, 100%, it happened.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
You were saying?
Anyway, Six Flags. So, Six Flags is put in this position. Johnny Joey Jones shows up, and God bless him for his service.
Johnny Joey Jones?
He goes by Joey, but yeah, he's Johnny Jones.
I might go JJ in that circumstance.
That's not a bad call.
You know?
But Jay's his last name, so it's not like he's JJ Detroit cast. He could be JJ Jones, I suppose.
Just go JJ, man. First and last initial.
Okay,
Boom.
all right. He lost both his legs to an IED while serving in Afghanistan in 2010. He claimed the employee let him wait in line, get in the seat, then unlock the bar to maneuver his legs.
That doesn't sound like something a 16-year-old employee trained for, I don't know, an hour and a half would. It doesn't sound like how they'd act.
No, but he probably had like one errant leg hanging out. He couldn't feel it. It's hanging out the box. And he's like, all right, let me loosen this, put this leg back in here. And went, wait a minute. That doesn't feel like a leg. And then went, time out. So that's when they noticed his prosthetic. Now, here's the problem I have with this story. JJ is
Hold on. Give me the punchline. Did he die?
No, he went sailing off one of these. He was on those swings, you know. He was on those swings that just get whipping, and he just, I mean, he actually was on the pirate ship that goes up and back, And boy, oh boy, when it got to the top,
Just that, yeah.
he
He didn't even make it through one revolution.
not
Yeah.
one. He was on the demon drop, as a matter of fact. And when it got to the top and let go, he stayed at the top. And he was the last man down. No, the problem I have with this story is he was on the fucking teacups, man. You know, I mean, for a maybe he was on a trial run. Let's see if I can hang with a teacup.
That might be it, honestly. He might be thinking, you know what, I'm going to keep it tame.
Yeah.
I got this issue. I'm
It's
going
fully
teacup.
enclosed. I'm going teacup.
Worst case scenario, I'm out of the cup, off the saucer,
Yeah.
onto
Scare
the
the
floor.
shit out of
but
a bunch of kids.
But I'm not dying, falling off a huge cliff, right?
Yeah, I'm not launched
Yeah.
200 yards into the air. Yeah.
You probably end up on the saucer, right? Out of the cup, onto the saucer.
Worst case scenario, he's out of the saucer, hit by another saucer. I mean, that's terrible. But I feel, you know, if I was the kid, I'd be like, all right, man, I'm probably not supposed to do this, but I'm going to cinch this extra tight on your waist since that's still there. And then we're going to get this teacup going. We're going to hum it a little bit, but I'm not going to go crazy. And if I see you so much as slide to the other side of this seat, I'm pulling the brakes on this thing.
Doesn't he have an obligation to hold on tighter to that centerpiece,
Oh, without question.
right?
Oh,
I mean, some personal responsibility
yeah,
on
but
JJ's part.
when inertia,
You're missing a waist, sir.
Yeah, but you're missing inertia and gravity.
I understand.
And when
Natural
that's,
laws.
Yeah, yeah.
Albeit, don't you have an obligation to hold on tightly?
Like what? Like an elbow grab? Like you wrap your arms around it? What if we handcuffed him to the bar? Could you do that? Because that's not a bad move. Maybe he's flailing out the top, but he's not leaving Earth.
What is it? An individual seatbelt, just a traditional lap belt?
I don't
is that
know.
how the teacups
Dude,
go?
My cup run years were so long ago, and I'm not allowed to be within a certain distance of most aged kids, so I don't go
seems
near
like-
teacups anymore. But I would think that's just a one bar, you and your daughter.
I don't know. It seems like that might be one of those rides where it's like multiple people under one waist thing. You know, like when you get in the bumper cars, it's like one waist thing.
Yeah, that's
over
what I would
both
think
of
it
ya.
is. Yeah. Although your waist is going to be so much bigger than Sweet Pie's. Sweet Pie's going to be uncomfortable, but there's just not that much risk and danger involved in the teacups.
Right.
Right? I don't think
But
of
he
that
got whipped
anyways.
out.
He didn't get whipped out. They wouldn't let him on.
Telling this.
Well, dude, this is. Yeah, you can't tell what's
trying-
supposedly keeping him in. Is it just the door that keeps him in?
I don't know that you have a. Honestly, now that I think about it, I don't know.
You
if
might be
there's
able to
a-
move around in there, man. Like, are you strapped down?
Now, E has just pulled up Teacup. I don't know that he's pulled up the ride at Six Flags
Okay,
over
well,
Georgia.
Okay. I guess
Okay.
That's right.
And so I don't know what their deal is. He said because this guy's talking about unlocking the bar to maneuver.
Okay.
So I don't know. Is that looks? So, can you spin that?
Yeah,
Oh man, I don't like those.
Yeah.
Fuck those things. Yeah. We apologize to Mr. Jones for any inconvenience. However, to ensure safety, guests with certain disabilities, like JJ's here, is basically what they're saying, are restricted from riding certain rides and attractions. Our accessibility policy includes ride safety guidelines and the requirements of the FADA. You know what the FAD is. TA is.
The federal.
Very good.
Help me with the A.
American.
American.
DA.
This
It's not a district attorney.
looks to be the one from
But,
Georgia.
but think about what we would be talking about in the case of JJ and what DA might stand for.
Disability.
Disabilities Act. Very good. Our policies are customized by ride and developed for the safety of our
Why are they?
guests.
They reference it as the FADA.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
That-
usually the ADA. I don't.
Yeah. American with Disabilities
Yeah.
Act. Yeah. Federal shouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
America should have
Like what-
covered federal.
I thought this was going to be something specific to fucking
I kind
Cedar
of fucked
Points
you on that
of
one.
the world.
Sure. The Michigan Federal Disabilities Act doesn't make much sense. So okay, search for Harley Quinn's Spin Sanity ride.
Why does anybody go on that shit?
I don't know, but this dude
What
wanted
does
to.
JJ even want on that?
You
He's
know,
better off not.
But now, if I look at Spin City and it's Spin Sanity, and it's like, dude,
So he's claiming a failure to accommodate him.
yeah. Well, and then he had to tweet. He claims that he was perfectly fit to go on the ride. Hey, Six Flags, you really think I'm so physically useless I can't ride a tilt-a-whirl? Seriously? Did you see the enormous hill I walked up and down to get here?
Whoa, wait, what? That's the Harley Quinn? That is not a teacup. There's nothing teacup about this. Dude,
Yeah, no.
how is this
JJ.
described as a teacup ride, man?
His quote was,
Whoa, this is badass. Look at how it turns, man.
yeah, like a tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah, but look, like it's turning on the inside too.
He's got to be glued into his seat. You can't. There's no way,
Oh my
dude.
God, I'm getting sick watching
Me
that.
too.
Like,
Want
look at all those
nothing to do
people.
with that.
Take their legs away and see what would happen. They'd all go flying off, right?
Yes.
Pretty crazy though.
Especially with all those lightning strikes above them. That just seems dangerous. Yeah, we're gonna need to do some more research into this because tilt-a-whirl and spin-sanity
Totally
are
different.
different rides. You know, they really are.
I'd venture to
so-
say you could throw the dude in a teacup.
Yeah, I would think so too. He can even do that. You know that cool little mini roller coaster for the Wii
kids?
ones? Yeah, there's no loop-de-loops or anything like that.
The mini Gemini.
Yeah, it's just like up and down and goes around really quick.
That's not patronizing.
No. Here you go, sir. Plop 'em in there. I know, what dicks. Oh, such dicks. Before we move on, I was going to do one about a Chinese guy, a Chinaman, who decided to take a bunch of these magnetic balls and stick them in his dick hole. I know. I'm going to pass on it. I'm just not in the mood for it today.
Yeah.
He thought that he was going to be able to grab another magnet and suck them all back out.
Didn't happen that way.
Yeah, he had 30 of them, and he put all 30 in. And then it was like, oh, no, don't have magnet drift. Pour out the rest. Yeah. Bummer. I don't know what kind of porn is going on over there in China, but
Crazy motherfucking.
someone
porn, dude.
needs to
Those
knock
guys
some
are
shit up.
weird.
You know, the Germans held the record for the. I mean, you want to see people fuck chickens and stuff? Germany. You want to see people eat vomit? Germany. You know, that was the go-to shit. But what are you doing in China? Stop sticking shit in your dick holes.
Dude, it's probably because freaking all those years they regulated how many women. You know, if you could only have so many women or some shit like that. So there's so much fucking men. The men to women ratio in China, I think, is crazy, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you want any part of that going in your dick hole, do you? Shit. You don't. I don't.
That's everything that was taken out of there?
Yeah, I think it breaks into two parts, and because it's magnetic.
Yeah.
So,
Breaks
he,
into like 30 parts, right?
30. And there was another kid. He might have been going for a record. Last August, there was an 11-year-old in China who put 26 buckyballs into his dick out of curiosity. He had some pain, swelling. Soon he was whizzing blood. You know, the usual.
man.
He had to undergo a 2-hour operation to get all those damn beads out. And this guy was trying to copy video so in a movie scene. It's like, well, stop doing that. Stop doing that, shithead.
Mike, I'm informed the Twin Peaks first annual Folds of Honor golf outing went well to quite well.
What?
Oh, yeah. It did. The Detroit Cast was honored to take part as a whole sponsor. Did you know that?
I did know
okay,
that.
good. Yeah, I did. I wasn't sure if you were.
In and out.
Yeah.
I might have dreamt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. We sponsored a hole.
Good.
Cool to see the TDC logo.
Was it a hole you get a fist in? What kind of hole did we
It's
sponsor?
actually a golf hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay, yeah,
where,
golf hole.
Where it, group tees off.
Yes. So our name was there prominent?
Yeah, dude.
Ah,
Logo abounded. It was great.
excellente. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Good work on Sarah's and Twin Peaks.
Do you know what hole they put us on?
I don't.
Did they
I'm
bury
not sure.
us? I mean, were we at least a par 3, win a car, hole in one?
I don't think so.
I want to know where we were. Where were we on the track, Jay? We need and Sarah Brothers. I don't care which one. Michael, Anthony. Yes, I know it sounds like a Van Halen band. Michael, Anthony, and Sarah. I want to know what hole we were on. Prominent display. I want to know if this was a, what kind of track this was. There's some things I need to know. If they could get back to us, I'd appreciate that.
Like right now.
Yes, right now.
If you're watching, call us.
Right now. Want to get some email?
Sure. Before we get to email proper, Mike,
Yeah.
received a card from Ed, and therein he provided a couple of different postcards. Dude, I've never seen anything like this. He says, "Dear guys, I found some cool leather postcards. Fun fact, leather postcards were first used in 1903, but were banned by the post office in 1907. Apparently, they jammed up the stamping machines. Hope you like them. Check those out. It's fucking weird. Look at the back. It's set up for addresses, and one of them actually is addressed.
Holy Are these real or are these like
Yeah, it's legit.
fake versions of them?
No, they totally look like they're old as fuck, right?
They do, but replicas can do that from time to time.
I know, but the one is written on, right? The one you're holding?
You can write on replicas usually, too.
Yeah, but it's got that old style writing that only someone in 1917 would use, right?
He's from Wheatland, Cali?
Looks like it.
I wonder if he's still alive. Let's call him.
And he also, provided us a fairly
Dude, that's badass.
racist postcard.
I love those.
Yeah, you can have that one.
Okay, great. It's my racist.
Also,
Whoa, why is that racist?
I should mention
Prepared in case you get fresh, have to get out and walk. What's racist about that?
the depiction of the African American
Oh, I see
characters.
it now. Yeah, I see it now. Yep, I should have saw that right away.
Gentlemen, you've received shirts.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't
Nice.
breathe to Mike.
great. Thanks.
I think it has an extra E though.
Sure.
I give you some duct tape. You can get rid of that E.
Now, why would I do that?
I can't
I
breathe.
can't breath. That's good.
And then Isis, you get this one. I think you already have this one. I'm not
Yeah,
gay, but $20
yeah.
is $20.
He's got 4 or 5
Yeah.
of those upstairs.
Hilarious.
A couple purple ones, right?
Sure. I
What
wear
did
them
you
every-
get?
I wear them
I
every
didn't get
day.
one.
Oh, you didn't get
I
one?
didn't get one.
That's all I wear. If
He'll
anyone ever
share
sees
his.
me
I'm not
outside.
gay, but $20 is $20 shirt with you.
That'd be nice, would you, Jesus?
Yeah, you know what, dude? I have so many of them that I will let you have one.
Yeah, see, people can now officially stop sending that shirt because E does have an abundance of I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
And a Bundai.
And the fact is, he is gay, and $20 is still $20.
Good point.
Yeah.
We received.
Thank you for my shirt, though. I will wear that with pride.
Jay writes in with a grievance, and I got to tell you, this is so fucking bona fide. It is
Dude,
one.
you can't say that.
No, I
Dude,
can.
you're putting your hand on the fucking scale
Listen,
already.
you, as soon as I read it, you're going to be like, why didn't I think of that? Like, of course, absolutely. You witness this. Everybody knows what Jay's talking about here. Here we go. Grievances found me. Start the clock. Clock. People who stick garbage anywhere, wherever there's a crack, crevice, alcove, recess, etc. People feel the need to jam garbage in it. Places I found garbage this month: jammed in the handrail inside the elevator, stuck between the conduit and the wall, ditto for water pipes, packed into the fan on the exercise bike in the fitness room, stuck in the empty hole in the third floor door where the doorknob broke off. There's a fucking garbage can everywhere. Use it. God damn it. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty damn bona
Bona fide
fide.
as
Yeah,
shit, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I noticed it. You when we were growing up, it was more with gum. And you'd put your
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
on your dad. It was
Oh.
like, Jesus, dude, really?
Oh, at your own peril. Sir.
Oh, it's yeah.
This is one, though, that I get on my kids about all the time. It's like any crevasse
They
in
feel-
the car. Like, you go in the back seat of the car, and they've, eaten breakfast bars or whatever, and the thing's all tucked into some dumb area of the car. Like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
come on, put it in your pocket, throw it away when
Yeah.
we get there. It's just
Yeah.
wrappers everywhere. And then this notion of like the doorknob, that one resonates, right?
Yeah,
Like, oh, the doorknob fell off.
totally.
Some asshole then puts a Fritos bag in it.
Yeah, of course he does.
So true.
I don't know who to blame for this because this doesn't start out of nowhere, this sort of behavior.
See it a lot in like libraries and shit where you don't want to get up or
Yeah.
I don't know, just places you're sitting.
Yeah, and
it's
we've
kind of
made
a
it
pain in the ass to get up.
we've made it very uncool. Like it used to be just like you'd just be driving on the freeway and some guy would just whip an empty McDonald's bag and milkshake out the window.
Yeah, that's
and it'd just be
frowned upon now.
boom.
Yeah, so blame yourselves, everybody.
Yeah,
You
sorry,
environmentalists.
assholes. You don't want us chucking that shit out the window. That was a common thing though early on when we were kids.
Oh yeah.
That is
But what we've
mind
done-
blowing to me, by the way.
I know it is,
I
right?
can't even comprehend just throwing like my McDonald's.
Dude, I'm not
up.
kidding. It was like a window would roll down and then just a giant foof right out the window.
So
A
crazy.
whole McDonald's bag.
Whole McDonald's bag. Yeah, God only knows what that dude just ate.
Well, I
No,
remember when I was-
but
oh,
the
God.
the other problem. Here's the other problem I have though, and the only reason I'm mildly hesitant with giving this a masterful grievance that it deserves, and that is
You mean bona fide as fuck?
yes, bona fide as fuck. Thank you. There are so many places I go now, concerts, sporting events, usually those types of things where there's a gathering of people, and it's like they don't have a garbage can; they have 5 of them, and one's blue, and one's green, and one's for fucking plastic, and one's for wrappers.
confusing
and
to you?
I don't want to open. I don't want to touch them. It's like, dude, I'm trying. I'm trying my best to not just go, fuck it, chuck
What
it.
do you mean you don't want to touch them?
I don't want to touch the thing. I don't know. They're closed. And now I'm like, I don't know what green one means versus red one and that one. And then it's like, shit. And if one's open, it's going in there. I don't give a shit. If that's it, it's like, dude, I did the best I could. I threw plastic in your garbage thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Deal with it.
yeah.
Sorry.
Usually they have like recycle or landfill. It's just the two.
I don't even know what landfill means.
Yeah.
Regular trash. I'm gonna say that the
Non-recyclables.
man's the listener's grievance is bona fide. Mike's, I guess, grievance was so old man and pussy.
Great point, E.
Like his.
The almost
I've had
objection,
just about enough of both
the
of
almost
you.
objection to the bona fide nature of the grievance was old man and pussy.
I thought it was You know what I believe? I thought I was gonna sit here. I swear to God, in my head, the way this was playing out, I was gonna sit here and go, you know what, guys? You know what I've been thinking? There's damn too many garbage cans at an event. Blah blah. I thought there was gonna be
A lot of head nodding.
Dude.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Wow. Yeah.
the ovate while standing that was going to happen
believe you
in
thought
this
that.
room, even from a tard like E. I thought Jay was going to leap to his feet and go, "How did I not think of that? It drives me nuts too." Yes,
Dude, we have
yes,
an environment
yes.
that we live in, and there's plastic freaking everywhere. And the most that we can do, if we can recycle some stuff or do stuff that helps that out, is so much better, and it's not that hard. They're making it very easy for you. It's like, dude, you have plastic in this one.
Dude, you'd be shocked. Like when I go to Arizona, like they don't have 10-cent
Right.
recyclable cans and plastic. So if you want to recycle, and I don't know if it's changed, but in the last year or so, but not that long ago, a year at least, you would go there and I'd open G's Garbage and it's filled with like pop cans, water, plastic, milk jug. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, dude, I'm not driving 20 miles to the fucking
Oh, they
to
don't
the
have
place.
curbside?
No, where you have to take this in and wait
Yeah.
in line and dump all your shit. He's like, fuck it, man, until they do what you
Make it
guys do
super
in
convenient.
Michigan.
Well, I guess he doesn't mind his kid growing up in an environment that is terrible.
Yeah, but he's not killing sea animals. There's no water in Arizona. He didn't care.
Okay.
He didn't have to worry about the poor dolphin that can't open his beak anymore because he's got one of those things that holds a six-pack of Coke cans on his face.
Okay.
Tom writes in concerning the geography bee. We talked about the National Geographic bee yesterday.
Sure, I remember.
Hey guys, as the winner of my school's National Geographic Geography bee in
End
seventh,
it right there. That's all he wanted to say.
in seventh
You
grade,
don't even have. He's right. You don't have to read anymore. You read what he wanted to hear.
That was the whole point of that email.
and my fourth place finish in eighth grade, I can attest that there were little to no chicks at all in our contests. I also didn't crush any pussy because of my expert knowledge of geography. If I wouldn't have fucked up a question about the Golden Triangle region in Australia in eighth grade, I think I would have taken the sweep and probably gotten more ass, but I didn't. And I didn't think about, or I have thought about this every day, nearly 25 years later. My grandparents made such a big deal about my seventh grade win, though, that I ended up getting interviewed by the local crappy neighborhood paper, like the Observer or something,
yeah, they are.
the Farmington Observer,
Yep, hell yeah.
with my picture, with my stupid spiked hair, with me pointing at a globe. I have it somewhere. Dude, find it.
Yeah,
Tom,
I was going to
find
say,
it.
we need to find this.
Yeah, send it to us. We'd love to analyze that,
Yeah,
that
for
photograph.
sure.
It was so embarrassing, and it still didn't get me any snatch or even an over-the-bra booby grab. Oh, man.
Under the bra, but whatever.
Thanks for the fine work. You're sounding a bit better, Mike.
Thank you.
I wish E would have gotten sick instead. That would have been way more convenient, you know?
Oh, tell me about it.
I just don't really
Damn
get
you,
sick
E.
that often.
Why couldn't you have almost died a couple times?
I don't know.
Just
dude.
once. You know,
Even once would have been fine. You
Yeah, it
know?
would have been fine with
One by
us.
you, one by E.
Sure,
Spread
sure.
it around a little.
this is hard. It's painful for me to hear you reading about these bees and stuff because if you remember the ass raping, the absolute ass raping that I took in the fourth grade spelling bee at Tyler Elementary School is something I'm with him. He thinks about it every day for 25 years. I have thought about it every day since.
I'm not totally remembering that.
Oh,
Explain it, you should.
you want to hear about getting fucked? I'll tell you. Okay, spelling bee, fourth grade. Yours truly in the top 4, right?
Yeah.
In the top 4. I'm a spelling machine. So they give me my word. Nailed it. Nailed it. Next 3 pussies all got theirs wrong. All wrong.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm the champ. Now we're just got these 3 losers playing for second and third, right? No, because none of them got it right. We're just going to reset and start over. I get
That
my
is-
next one wrong, and the 3 assholes who got, I don't know, toast, milk, and, cat got their words right.
And they
1,
move
2,
forward.
3 winners, 4th place.
Ooh, that is.
Bullshit is what it is.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me that's not
I
bullshit.
would have filed an objection. Did you do
See,
that
I
within
didn't-
the statute
dude,
of
I didn't know
limitations time?
any fucking lawyers at the time. None. I didn't even know you at the time.
Should have objected.
Dude, tell me that's not bullshit, and you wouldn't be raging to this day over
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty bad.
I mean, I should have stepped aside and said, ladies and gentlemen, good luck on second and third. Good luck with that. Seriously. But,
You should have refused to take part in any more. You'd have been like, nope.
dude,
Under protest.
I was like, I actually stood up for
Rule
myself.
number 3.2, section 3.2 clearly states I'm the
Read
winner.
book. I didn't know the rules. But I did pull one of the teachers and I go, look, this is fucked, man. Seriously, this is fucked. I got my fucking word right, and these fucking losers all got theirs wrong. How do we have a redo?
Was it Mr. Green?
I don't think it was Green. I might have been the principal. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. You know it's bullshit. You're probably related to one of these assholes. I don't know what it was, but I'm still chapped. You can tell. I got a red
do you
ass.
think,
about-
Mike, by
I got
any-
a serious red ass about this still.
Do you think in any way that like this job that you got, this robbery that you got, affected your education going forward? Like, do you
No
think if you
question
would have
about it.
won, you might have
No
been
question about it.
more into education and not class skipper?
No question about it. Yeah,
You've been
no,
top of his class.
it taught me a valuable lesson that the school system does not give a shit about me. And I went, all right, well then I don't give a shit about you.
You're left behind.
And it just carried me throughout. Here
Speaking
we are.
of school, dude, it's graduation time. That means people are having parties, ordering cakes, etc.
Yeah.
Hear about this story in South Carolina? Grocery store censored the word "Summa Cum Laude" on a cake that was
Because it
requested.
said "come."
Yes.
Excellent.
Kira Kaczynski's son Jacob graduated from a Christian-based homeschool program.
Oh
So,
my god.
yeah, they took out "cum."
Oh my god.
But when she decided to order a cake through the Publix website, a lot of nerve, Publix. You call
Yeah.
yourself Publix,
you got pube in your name,
but you can't have cum on a cake?
you've got pube and licks in your name.
You do.
I've licked pubes.
Publix objected to this. The website censored her automatically, and so she like wrote in the little memo like, "Hey, it's a word, summa cum laude. It means, with highest distinction."
What, you expect a person at Publix to understand summa cum laude?
Well, she was trying to get past the auto block by the website because
Gotcha.
the website saw the word "cum." It was like, "No, ma'am, no,
Nice try.
ma'am."
Nice try, asshole. I'm on to you.
So she writes like an objection. She attaches a web link to the definition of summa cum laude. Despite that, Kaczynski's husband later picks up the cake from the West Ashley supermarket. He didn't realize at the time that they had omitted the word "cum." The cake experience was kind of frustrating, says Jacob, and humiliating, because I had to explain to my friends and family what that meant. They were giggling uncontrollably.
What?
At least my friends were.
Cum has never been spoken more at a party in the history of time. Maybe at a swingers party, but that's it. Honestly, what the damage they did by providing that cake led to countless cum discussions at a high school graduation.
I know.
It's tragic.
It's like,
I would have demanded. I would open that box and said, "Dude, you are writing cum on here right
put
now."
cum on my cake.
Put cum
I'm
on my cake.
demanding you to put cum on my cake.
I'd prefer it's blue cum too.
C-U-M, cum.
Yeah, cum
That,
right there.
That cum on my
See-
cake.
You see the dash, dash, dash that looks like cum flying out of a penis head? Erase that, and in blue, you write cum very prominently. In fact, I want you to underline it too.
It's so ignorant. It's like niggardly, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Remember when Newt Gingrich
We're
said
so
niggardly
close.
and the whole fucking
We were
world blew
so
up?
close to wrapping up a show. So close.
Mike, it means cheap or stingy.
Look, dude, just stop while you're ahead. I don't. Look, I don't.
Niggardly, ah. Niggardly, ah.
Ah,
There's an H on the
niggardly,
end.
Niggardly, ah. Can you lend a niggardly a pencil?
It means cheap, stingy. Look it up.
Jesus, dude.
Save the rest for tomorrow.
Fuck. Can't call him that either. Nothing but trouble in this room. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Hopefully, we'll be back tomorrow. And if so, hopefully, you'll join us.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.